One clap, two claps, three claps. Good morning, campers. Good morning. Is that it? That's what you got? Good morning, campers. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, our staff wants to say good morning to you guys because I think they want to show you how to do it, and they're pretty good at it too. So, staff on three, if we would just welcome the campers this morning. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, campers! Pretty good, huh? All together too. That was insane. They didn't even practice that. Well, what's your response? All right, well, let's do it together and sing. Good morning, coaches. Okay, on 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Good morning, coaches! Good. That's very good. If I was going to put a letter grade on that, it's so good, C-. That's good. C-, guy? That's good, right? What do you mean C- is great? It's average, right? Everyone wants to be average. I want to be average. Right here, average. Okay, so you're telling me that there's something better than that. Okay, all right. Well, let's go. Then you're going to have to sit up in your chair a little bit. You have to be present, okay? Now on 3, it's going to be the same thing. On 3, good morning, coaches. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, coaches! Boy, that was a whole lot better. C+. Okay. Good, you stopped right at C+, right? A+. An A+ is so much different than what you just did, though. A+, then the actions have to be better. And I'm proving something to you. There's C, and there's C+, and then there's another level beyond that you can take, but you're going to have to do more. Just like life, I'm going to have to do more. So if you're going to do more, you say, well, how can I do more here? I'll show you how you do more. If you were in your seat, you kind of pop up out of your seat, and you take your hands, and you just go right over your mouth, and then you take all the noise and energy that you have in your stomach, and let it come right through the chest, out of your mouth, right forward to the coaches. That might improve the grade a lot. It'll take it from average to above average for sure. Now we do this every year inside the camp, and if we want to stay at average, we can. If you guys are happy with that. Are you happy with average? No. Okay, no, we're not average. This is going to be the best camp we've ever had here, okay? So on 3, we're going to knock it out of the park, okay? Are you ready? Are you sure? Get up. On 3. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Some were up, some were down. That's a B-. That's a B-. Come on, I'm serious. We've got more in us. Everyone. Okay? One more time. This is it, no matter what, because we got to move on. One more time. I need everyone's participation. Back there, let's go. I need you awake. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Much better. B+. All right, good job, though. A lot better. All right, now, today, what we're going to do is we're going to get into our stretch lines here in a little bit. Once we get done stretching, we're going to do an exercise, which I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. Defensive session, you'll go to that. Infielders will stay right here. Outfielders and catchers will go down to practice football. Pitchers right behind me. We'll go into gameplay today and offensive stations. Then we'll work our way back to Hawkins Field at the end of the day. When we get to Hawkins Field at the end of the day, that's when we'll do a sliding demonstration. sliding demonstration first, and then you guys will slide. Just 2 slides. 2 slides today, a bent leg slide, which I'll talk about, and then a head first slide, which sometimes is called the Pete Rose slide too, because Pete Rose made it famous by how he did it. But we'll talk about that once we get back over to the field. Then we'll finish in center field right after the sliding exercise, and where the Gatorade tent is in deep center field, I'll stand right in front of that, and then you folks will be right in front of me as well with the parents. Parents can come on the field before the sliding and see the sliding, and then we'll finish right there on the field, and then you can go back to your team area, get with your coach, sign out, and that will be the end of camp. Now, the other thing that we'll do is we set up this, our video board, which will have its graphic on there, but at the end of camp, if any of you want pictures with myself, I'm welcome to stay there as long as you want to, okay? So I'm just gonna be there, I'll sign whatever you want, take any pictures that you want, we'll have a photographer there, so they'll take a picture. We send out a link at the end of camp, so you can go to that link and find your picture if you want. There's no cost to it, it's an extra thing. But we felt like we'd do that just to make it easier on you folks, so certainly your mom and dad can come out there too and take a picture if they like, but we'll have someone that will do that. So I'll be there, I'm not going anywhere, so there's no rush. Just make sure you sign out first and then come back. As far as the games, I mentioned this yesterday, a couple things. In between innings, take advantage of those times in between innings in terms of throwing over to first base, okay? First baseman doesn't get an opportunity to throw. He's catching most of the time, but you as a first baseman, work on your stretching. Try to shorten the throw each time. That's all game activity before the game starts. The other thing I mentioned was the on-deck hitter and the guy in the hole. On-deck hitter, you always have a responsibility. Your first responsibility is getting yourself ready to hit. That's the most important piece. But after the action of the first hitter, once he's done, then we go right to the plate and get ready for the next at bat, and the person in the hole comes up and grabs the bat and brings it back to the dugout, okay? If there's runners in motion when the ball's hit, then the guy on deck, he becomes a what? He becomes a coach. He's an active participant. You got 2 base coaches, first and third, now you're the home plate coach. You just became assigned to the home plate position. So what you do is you get rid of your bat, and then you hustle up to home plate, and what you want to do is, when that runner rounds third base, you just want to make sure that the angle that he's coming to home plate, that you get in the same vision and line with him. Okay, if he's got a slide, what do we want to do? Yeah, we want to get him down, we'll get it down. Sometimes we get low to the ground and say, get down, get down. If we want him to slide to the left, what do? Push him this way, slide him to the left. If we want to push him to the right, we push him this way. If he can run through the plate, and you always want to run through the plate. And some of you say, yeah, that Yankee game last night, Anthony Volpe didn't run through the plate, and the runner at second base got tagged out because he slowed up. How many people saw that? Anthony Volpe's a very, very good player, and he was coming to Vanderbilt, but he slowed up and didn't touch home plate. Runner got tagged out. If he hustled through home plate, would have been safe, he would have scored. He needed to hustle through home plate simply, but he didn't. So for you guys, the lesson is always run through home plate. Because there could be a timing play behind you that you're not aware of, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're hustling, you've got an opportunity to score. And the last thing is connect. Connect with a fist bump, connect with a point. If someone makes a good play, point across the field, let him know that you acknowledge that particular play. Because if you start doing that, it comes full circle right back around to you. Okay, last couple of things before I get into the national anthem. R.J. Austin, he plays for us. He's a really good player in a lot of different ways. What makes him an unusual player is kind of like what made Roe Coleman a good player, what made Austin Martin a good player, and I'm not leaving out all of our players that have ever played here, but them in particular, and the reason I'm talking about them is because when R.J. Austin comes to the field, he just got done playing for Team USA. And for Team USA, when he played there, he played 5 different positions. He played center field. Next night he played right field. Next night he played third base. Next night he played left field. And then the next day he played second base. So just in 5 days he played 5 different positions. Who does that? There was our camp 2 days ago, we had a major leaguer here who had his son here. The major league player is 5'9". He's a little bit shorter than me. He went to junior college for 2 years and he played at a small school in Texas. 5'9", 180 pounds. That's the greatest thing about this game is it doesn't matter what size you are, you can play this game at the highest level. But the guy I'm talking about played for the Boston Red Sox. He played for 12 years. He played for 12 years. He played second base, shortstop, third base, center field, left field, right field, first base. In his major league career, at the end of certain games, he pitched 3 times. The only position he didn't play was catcher. My point is this: when a coach comes up to you and he asks you, what position do you play? Your goal in playing this game should be, Coach, I'm a baseball player. I'll play any position on the field that you need me to help our team win. That's what I'll do. Now, you can say that, but there's some work that goes behind that too, because you have to be able to play those positions at certain times, and you have to be willing to play those positions. That to me is a team player, because it's your willingness to say, or not say, I just play second base, I just play shortstop, I'm a PO, I'm pitcher only. Well, you can help yourself as a pitcher by playing other positions because you become more knowing of the game, more athletic, you start understanding the angles, you start understanding the small things that happen inside of a game that make you a winning player. But what you become is a value to your coach, because then if I look at Colt and I say, Colt, what position can you play? Corbs, it doesn't matter, just play me. That's what Austin Martin would say when I asked him, Marty, can you play first base? Corbs, put me at first base, I'm fine. We'll win. It was almost like, we'll win if I'm out there. But what it does is it gives you an opportunity to get on the field because of your versatility to be a baseball player. So as you proceed through your baseball career here, open your mind up a little bit in terms of what you can be. Because you can be more than what you already are right now. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this for your own good. You can be more than what you already are right now by just opening up your mind and saying, yeah, field fly balls, I can take balls on the ground. You want me to put on the equipment? I'll get behind the plate. Because if you can do that, you're really special. Because those people are tough to find, and I'm talking about catchers. Okay, so just open your mind up a little bit. When we go out to the field or the infield here, after we get done stretching, we're going to do the anthem, and I'm going to talk to you about that. The national anthem for us is really important. The reason it's really important is because it's a 2-minute exercise that can be done in numerous ways. But as I tell the guys, I say, if you're going to do something, just do it right. Just do it right. Because if you're not going to do it right, then don't do it. Then don't do it. If we're not going to do the national anthem right, then we're not even going to stand out there. But if we're going to do the national anthem right, we're going to do it well because we're going to respect the song and we're going to respect what it stands for. Now, more than ever, and I'm looking around this whole place here, we've got people from all over the country, 30 different states, all different colors, all different ethnicities. And that's the beautiful thing about our country. But yet, you see some of the people inside of our country, they get very upset with our country and talk poorly about our country. And that, for me, I have a hard time listening to that because I don't understand it. You think of all the opportunities we have. And I would say this, and Maggie and I would be willing participants to do that. If someone doesn't really like our country, my wife and I will buy an air flight on a vacation, one-way ticket to Iraq. We'll send that person and their family to Iraq if they don't like our country. Or better yet, we'll send them to Somalia. That's a good place. Or we might send them to Yemen. That's a good country. Or we might send them somewhere else where there's no food, the hobby is staying alive, and they're struggling. They don't have uniforms, they don't have hats, they don't have glasses, they don't have opportunity, they don't have coaches, they don't have baseball, they don't have what you have. We've got it really good. We've got it really good in this country. We've got these unbelievable opportunities that we sometimes take for granted until a coach gets up on top of a stage and starts talking about what other people don't have. Anytime you start complaining just a little bit, get your eyes up here. Anytime you start complaining just a little bit, stop yourself. Just stop yourself and say, no, I'm good. I'm good. I've got a roof. I got a house. I've got a parent. I've got food. I'm going to baseball camp. I'm on a baseball team. I'm good. And we are good. But the reason I say all of that is because that's the United States of America. We've got freedoms. And we've got these nice things that are given to us and afforded to us, more so than anyone else in the world. Are we perfect? We're not perfect. We're imperfect. We have our issues too, but every family has